Good morning, sixth graders. Make sure you are following along in your packets that you're annotating. I'm not going to have it pulled up on here. Turn to page 35 where it says Spring 1934, tested by dust. While we sat taking our 6 weeks test, the wind rose, and the sand blew right through the cracks in the schoolhouse wall, right through the gaps around the window grass. And by the time the tests were done, each and every one of us was coughing pretty good, and we all needed a bath. I hope we get bonus points for testing in a dust storm. So what do you think is the purpose of tested by dust? Go ahead and read A through C. Unpause when you're ready for the next one. April 1934, banks. Ma says everything we lost when the banks closed, because they didn't have enough cash to go around, all the money that's ours is coming back to us in full. Good. Now we have money for a doctor when the baby comes. So what's the purpose of banks? Why did the author put this here? A through C, move on when you're done. April 1934, beet wheat. County Agent Dewey had some pretty bad news. 1/4 of the wheat is lost, blown away or withered up. What remains is a little more than a wisp of what it should be. And every day we have no rain, more wheat dies. County Agent Dewey says soon there won't be enough wheat for seed to plant next fall. The piano is some comfort in all this. I got to it and I forget the dust for hours, testing my long fingers on wild rhythms, but Ma slams around in the kitchen when I play, and after a while she sends me to the store. Joe de la Flor doesn't see me pass him by. He rides his fences, dazed by dust. I wince at the sight of his rib-thin cattle, but he's not even seeing them. I look at Joe and I know our future is drying up and blowing away with the dust. So what is the purpose of beet wheat? April 1934. Give up on wheat. Ma says, try putting it in a pond, Bayard. We can fill it off the windmill. We've got a good well. Daddy grumbles. The water will seep back into the ground as fast as I can pump it, boy. We'll dry up our well and then we'll have nothing. Plant some other things then, Ma says. Try cotton, sorghum. If we plant the fields in different crops, maybe some will do better than wheat. Daddy says no, it has to be wheat. I've grown it before, I'll grow it again. But Ma says, can't you see what's happening, Bayard? The wheat's not meant to be here. And Daddy says, what about those apple trees of yours, boy? You think they are? Nothing needs more to drink than those two, but you wouldn't hear of leveling your apples. Would you? Ma is bittering. I can see it in her mouth. A pond would work, she says, sounding crusty and stubborn. And Daddy says, look it, boy, who's the farmer? You or me? Ma says, who pays the bills? No one right now, Daddy says. Ma starts to quaking, but she won't let Daddy see. Instead, she goes out to the chickens, and her anger, simmering over like a pot in an empty kitchen, boils itself down doing chores.